Good morning, everyone. We're going to start the hearing. The borough president should be here in about 3 minutes, but we had to wait long enough. For those who don't know me, my name is Donald Millen. I'm the deputy borough president, and I'll just be stepping in temporarily the borough president for this hearing. So we have a change of calendar. We apologize. We're going to do item number 4 first, and then we're going to go to item number 5.
Calendar item number 4, York number 160219, CMQ. The applicant, Rockaway Beach Hotel LLC. Effective community report number 14.
Yes, please, and if you could just state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Josh Rhinesmith. I'm from the law firm of Ingerman LLP. I'm appearing today on behalf of the applicant. I'm joined here by Terrence Tuberty, who is one of the project's developers. The project site, or the proposed rezoning area, is located on Rockaway Beach Boulevard at its intersection with Beach 108th Street. It is an entire small block that is bound by Beach 108th Street, an extremely wide street to the east. To the north, it's Rockaway Beach Boulevard. To the west, Beach 109th Street, and to the south, Rockaway Beach Drive. The proposed rezoning is to change the entire block from an R5B with a C13 commercial overlay to an R6A with a C2-5 commercial overlay. And it is to facilitate the development of a boutique hotel with accessory eating and drinking establishment at the project site. The project site is actually located, it's, I would say, about 2/3 of the block. It's lots 1, 2, and 3, and is located along the Beach 109th Street frontage. The property has approximately 12,000 square feet of lot area. Lots 1 and 2 are improved with the abandoned 3-story buildings. Formerly were known as McNulty's Hotel, and were, prior to Hurricane Sandy, used as SRO units. However, since Hurricane Sandy, the entire property has been abandoned. The remainder of the block is developed with, or improved with, the Dalton Seafood Restaurant. But that's not part of the development site is currently contemplated. As I mentioned, we're seeking a zoning map amendment that will allow the development of a transient hotel at the site. So we're changing from the R5B to the and C13 to the R6A and C25. And in connection with the proposed zoning map amendment, there is also a zoning text amendment to designate this block as a mandatory inclusionary housing area. And that has to do with the increase in the residential development potential that comes along with the proposed zoning district, even though we're not proposing any type of residential development. So when we were looking at what zoning district that would allow the transient hotel use, obviously the C13 does not permit it. C2-1 through C2-4 districts do not permit it as well, because you have to be within a certain distance of a limited access highway, which left us with the C25. And we're proposing the C25 and the R6A allow a 2.0 commercial FAR. It also affords us with the base height that we need in order to develop a viable hotel. So here is a rendering of the proposed hotel, looking from the intersection of Rockaway Beach Drive and Beach 109th Street. The hotel will be 4 stories and 54 feet in height. The ground floor will have the lobby, the accessory restaurant and event space, as well as an outdoor pool deck. The second through fourth floors will have approximately 33 transient hotel rooms. And we will have a subsurface parking level that will provide attended parking for 26 vehicles. There's actually an elevation difference between Rockaway Beach Drive and Rockaway Beach Boulevard, which actually encourages the development of the subsurface garage and parking level. And we also believe it's essential for our business plan to be able to provide on-site parking. But the entire garage is located below floodplain, and so it will be dry flood-proofed in accordance with the building code. All entrances to the subsurface parking level will be watertight, have floodgates in order to prevent flooding. This is a copy of the proposed site plan. As you can see, Rockaway Beach Boulevard on the top. The hotel will be in an L-shaped configuration to allow for us to have our pool deck and lounge. It's pretty much the entire application. We're really excited about the project. We've received a lot of community support. We believe that this type of use and the accessory restaurants are very much needed. The Rockaway Beach, the boardwalk obviously has now reopened, and we see this as a real way to revitalize this local area, provide places for individuals who are visiting the Rockaways to stay, and support local businesses. So that's pretty much the entire application. We're happy to answer any questions that you have.
How many other institutions do you run? How many other establishments?
We run 10 other establishments throughout the city, one including Bungalow Bar, which is in Rockaway Beach, as well as some other food and beverage establishments in actually hotels in Manhattan.
My understanding is the community board vote was unanimous, 35 to 2.
That's correct. 35 in favor, no opposed, and 2 abstentions.
2 abstentions.
Mhm.
The grade change you mentioned from Rockaway Beach Boulevard to Rockaway Beach Drive, how much is the grade?
It's approximately 5 feet. And then flood elevation with 1 foot of freeboard for the proposed commercial use is essentially 1 foot above grade, I believe, at Rockaway Beach Drive. So from where the first floor has to be to the Rockaway Beach Boulevard is approximately 5.5 to 6 feet. So we need to fill that void, and also we believe it's essential for us to provide some on-site parking. We also, in addition, we see this as being a place where tourists can come for a week or a weekend and stay in the Rockaways, and we envision that they'll be coming through the ferry, which will be reestablished right down Beach 108th Street in 2017, as well as the shuttle service from JFK Airport has a stop that is 3 blocks away.
Is there anybody here to testify? Terrific. We thank you for your time.
Great, thank you.
Hearing is closed on Saturday.
Return to calendar. Calendar item number 1, jeweler number 160101ZRQ. The applicant, Sunnyside Associates LLC, Community Board number 2. Items 1 through 3 are related. Jeweler number 160102ZRQ and 160103ZMQ.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hi. Okay, hi.
Why you go from the podium as well?
Is this okay?
Oh, no, you're okay with us?
Hi, my name is Michael Wadman. I'm from Phipps Houses. Here to discuss the Barnett ULIP application, Sunnyside Barnett Associates. Phipps is the oldest and largest not-for-profit housing group in New York City, and we've been in the Sunnyside neighborhood proudly since the 1930s. The project is a no more than 220-unit mid-rise apartment building located on Barnett Avenue between 52nd and 50th. It's about 7 to 10 stories on the street side and 9 to 10 in the rear of the building. We believe that it offers, as well as a great affordable housing development to address the affordable housing crisis in this neighborhood and throughout Queens and the city. Also has major street improvements to Barnett Avenue, which is quite dilapidated currently. And will provide housing affordable to a wide range of incomes, many of which incomes are already in this neighborhood, and we think will preserve the mixed income quality of this neighborhood. 20% of those units will be low income, 50% of very median income, which is families earning approximately $45,000 for a family of 4. That'll be 20% of the project. 30% will be 100% of median, so families of 4 earning about $90,000. And the remaining 50% will be 130% of median, which is families of 4 earning approximately $117,000. It'll have various amenities for the tenant, as well as the tenants, as well as those streetscape improvements I mentioned. It'll also have a community facility space, which we had originally proposed as a universal pre-kindergarten, but based upon community input, may want to change to some other purpose, such as senior services or other multi-purpose services to the neighborhood. Financing will be provided through the city, HDC and HPD, their M2 low-income program, and that's basically the summary. So the ULIP items are mapping the site for mandatory inclusionary housing, another modification to define the FAR for that R6 inclusionary district, and changing this manufacturing site to that R6 district. It also has a couple of height and setback waivers to accommodate the building. The only other couple of things I wanted to say is that, as many of you know, there's been quite a bit of neighborhood opposition to the project, or at least opposition and concern. The community board highlighted several key concerns. Those include the following: the size and height, wishing to serve people at 80% of median income, in addition to those bands being served, a desire to serve seniors with housing, as well as potentially services in the community facility space, parking concerns, desire to use union labor, and larger concerns about infrastructure demands in the neighborhood, such as the 7 train, public schools, and other issues of that kind. We have begun evaluating financially and otherwise these various concerns, and in combination with what we hear from the borough president as a result of this part of the ULIP process, as well as Councilman Van Bramer in the next part of the ULIP process, we will attempt to address as many of those community concerns as we can and make revisions to our proposal at that time, including the input from everybody in this process, and hope to be able to propose something that will be more appealing. I think on the infrastructure matter, I think just wanted to mention, these concerns are very real. We understand them. Any New Yorker understands them. They're not things that are within Phipps's power to impact directly, but we're happy to work with the neighborhood to advocate for those issues. But we also believe that the affordable housing crisis is very real in this neighborhood, throughout Queens, throughout the city. And one thing that we can control, well, not exactly control, but we can propose, is this kind of building, which will allow the continued population growth in the city to find somewhere to live, and it will allow people at the income bands that I mentioned, rather than near, purely market rate or purely luxury. And we think this will serve, in its small way, to help that crisis, and to also do so in a way that preserves the mixed income quality of Sunnyside. So thank you for your time. Thank you everybody for coming.
So just for the record, the number of units is 209 units?
Yes, the ULIP materials call for up to 220, and the current plan is 200.
50% AMI alone is going to be 20% of units?
Yes.
30% of units will be 100% AMI or lower, and 50% of units at 130%.
Correct.
And I assume that's well, it's not an average, that's 50%.
Each of those
for both.
bands, correct. And within that band, the income varies slightly by unit size and family composition.
And I know that the councilman's been very vocal on some of his opinions on the project as well.
Yes. To date, his public comments have been similar concerns as to the ones I mentioned from the community board, and we would expect to try to address those concerns.
When you say union labor, do you mean the service providers, or do you mean?
I'm pretty sure the community board meant both.
Any questions on the council? Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Are you sticking around with these questions?
Absolutely.
So why don't we hear from Esther Nagor, 32 BJ, and Jorge Ortiz.
Yes, ma'am.
So would one of you like to go? Both of you like to go? It's up to you.
I could speak.
Yeah, please join us over. It really is meant to be, you know, you gotta have that voice. Come on.
Wait.
Go ahead. Do you want to go first? What happened?
Oh, I think they're both gonna go, but I think Nestor might go first.
Whichever you prefer. Nestor, why don't you go first? I just had a great idea. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're gonna have 3 minutes for testimony, and we'd love to hear what you say.
My name is Nestor Melgar. I'm a building service worker and SEIU 32BJ union member. 32BJ is the largest property service union in the country, representing 70,000 building service workers across the city and 145,000 nationwide. 32BJ brings together people from all across the city to fight buildings in neighborhoods that are affordable and inclusive for all residents and workers. That's why I'm here testifying against the proposed development at 5025 Barney. Fifth Houses is the largest affordable housing non-profit developer in the city, and it has a stated mission of helping the people of New York City build healthy, prosperous communities. But Phipps records as an employer vary significantly across the city. In a number of existing properties, Phipps has created highly quality building services jobs for super voters, handy persons, and surgeons. At these buildings, Phipps provides workers with family-sustaining salaries, good health and retirement benefits, and recognizes union representation. But on the other hand, Phipps does not recognize the union at these buildings. Some of the workers report making wages well below the area standards while receiving no meaningful benefits. It's time that Phipps recognizes that good jobs are a key part of addressing poverty in the communities where it builds. Phipps should commit to creating good jobs across their portfolio. Over the last few months, 32BJ members have been at community board meetings about 1525 Barney. At each meeting, we have called for Phipps houses to commit at creating family-sustaining building service jobs at the proposed development. So far, they have not met this commitment. 32BJ understands the need of affordable housing, as housing prices have risen across the city. My union brothers and sisters have struggled to stay in their homes, even with their good wages. But we know we cannot build our way out of the city's affordable housing crisis, as long as there are hardworking people earning too little to afford the rising housing costs. Families are going to continue getting priced out of their homes. Borough President should recommend that this project not move forward. She should let Phipps knows that Queens residents and New Yorkers throughout the city believe that affordable housing should not be constructed at the expenses of good jobs. If Phipps is truly committed to creating better communities for all of us, It needs to recognize that good jobs and affordable housing must go hand in hand everywhere.
Mr. Curtis.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jorge Ortiz. I am a building services worker and 32 BJ SIU. As you heard from my union brother next to 32 BJ, proposed Felix proposed development in Barnett Avenue. I'm here to speak about the Felix Church across New York City in the last year led to our opposition. Felix House is the largest affordable houses for no-profit development in the city. We have existing development in Manhattan, Queens, and the Bronx. Felix current planning is first development in Brooklyn. In addition, we are concerned about the Barnett development. 32 BJ concerns about work in Felix project in every Bronx Felix is activity. In Brooklyn, Felix planning development in the large parts of land in the resident residing East New York neighborhood. 32 BJ member has been working hard to make sure that the new affordable housing that will build as a result of the East New York residing will also create good jobs. Over 500 East New York residents signed a petition calling for development the plan to build New York to commit to creating good jobs. We have reached out to Felix House many times to ask them to be a leader in East New York and make this commitment in the development side. So far, has not made any such commitment. In the Borough, Felix has announced plans to develop the Lambert House complex. 32 BJ represent the work in Lambert House. This worker receive family substantial wage and good benefits. We have reached out Felix to ask them to work with us to develop the strong concrete plan to protect Lambert House worker jobs. So far, Felix has refused to engage. Most recently in Manhattan, Felix has announced a plan to sell a housing complex in Kid Bay. 32 BJ represent the workers at Kid Bay. Felix stands to make 600 to 700 millions of dollars through the sale. Building sales are a scary moment for workers. New owners do not always honor existing union contracts. At this moment of financial opportunity for Felix, we are calling on Felix to commit the selling of the building to a responsible owner who will be right by workers. As Nestor said, it's important that Felix recognize good job and affordable housing with good hands in hand. So the last year, Felix has refused to do this. This project should not move ahead until it does. Thank you.
Sir, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Aaron Alston is Board Project.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Aaron Alfson. My family and I are residents of Sunnyside. We live in Phipps houses. My wife was born and raised in Queens. She's a member of a family who has lived in Queens for 3 generations. My father-in-law owns a health food store on Queens Boulevard in Sunnyside. I bring all this up because I want to say that we are deeply tied to the community. We're deeply invested in the success of Sunnyside. And so today I'm here to talk about Phipps housing and my experience with it so far. In my experience, Phipps housing has been very accommodating, responsive, and effective landlords. For instance, when my wife and I welcomed the birth of our daughter, they accommodated us, letting us move into an elevator building out of a 4th floor walk-up. We've been very impressed with the responsiveness and quality of the maintenance and general upkeep of the facilities, and overall we've been like thrilled with living there. Last thing I want to say here is, at a time when rising costs of living are pushing low and middle income residents out of the borough, affordable housing projects such as the one proposed by Phipps are an important mechanism for preserving the socioeconomic diversity of the community. I think oftentimes we have a tendency to say, not in my backyard, but I think as residents of Sunnyside, it is kind of incumbent upon us to support these kinds of projects. Thank you.
Any other testimony? Okay. Hearing none, the item is closed. Next public hearing will be July 14th, 2016. Thank you, everybody, for your time.